Scene script. Have you ever wondered how to choose your friends wisely? The art of friend making is a skill that we often overlook, yet it's one of the most impactful aspects of our lives. Friends are the family we choose, a source of joy, support, and companionship. They are the people we confide in, share our triumphs with, and lean on during times of difficulty. But here's the catch: not every person we meet should have the privilege of being called our friend. It's not about being exclusive, but rather, it's about understanding the enormous impact that the people we surround ourselves with have on our lives. Consider this: your friends shape your world. They can influence your choices, your lifestyle, your attitudes, and even your dreams. They can lift you up, inspire you, challenge you, and push you towards growth. But they can also pull you down, discourage you, and lead you astray. That's why the process of friend making is an art. It's a delicate balance of openness and caution, of giving and taking, of understanding and asserting boundaries. So, how do we master this art? It starts with self-awareness. Knowing what you value, what you enjoy, and what you aspire to be can guide you towards people who align with these aspects. Next, it involves observation and intuition. Pay attention to people's actions more than their words. Trust your gut feelings when something doesn't feel right. Lastly, it requires courage. Courage to step out of your comfort zone, to meet new people, to initiate conversations, and to build relationships. And perhaps more importantly, it takes courage to walk away from friendships that no longer serve you, that drain you, or that bring out the worst in you. In this journey of friend making, remember that quality trumps quantity. It's better to have a handful of true friends who genuinely care for you and respect you than to be surrounded by a crowd of acquaintances who barely know you. Choosing the right friends is as crucial as living a healthy life. Just as we are mindful of the food we consume, we should also be mindful of the friendships we cultivate. After all, our social health is an integral part of our overall well-being. How can we distinguish between a good friend and a bad one? This question is more complex than it seems, but let's break it down. Firstly, a good friend is honest. Honesty is the bedrock of any meaningful relationship. It's about telling the truth, even when it's uncomfortable. It's about being real with each other, not sugarcoating or avoiding difficult topics. Honesty fosters trust, and trust is the glue that keeps friendships intact. Secondly, loyalty is paramount. A good friend stands by you through thick and thin. They're there for you in your darkest hour, offering a shoulder to lean on, and they're there to celebrate your achievements, sharing in your joy. Loyalty means putting the friendship first, even when it's challenging or inconvenient. Next, understanding is key. A good friend doesn't just sympathize with you, they empathize. They put themselves in your shoes, understanding your perspective, your feelings, your struggles, and your victories. They validate your experiences, making you feel seen and heard. Moreover, a good friend respects you. Respect is about valuing you as a person, acknowledging your worth, and treating you with kindness and consideration. It means accepting you for who you are, warts and all, and not trying to change you to fit their mold. Each of these traits, honesty, loyalty, understanding, and respect, contribute to a healthy and fulfilling friendship. They create a safe space where you can be yourself, express your thoughts and feelings, grow as a person, and build a strong bond that stands the test of time. But remember, friendships are a two-way street. As much as you seek these qualities in your friends, you should strive to embody them yourself. Be the friend you wish to have. After all, like attracts like, and by exemplifying these traits, you'll attract people who value and mirror them. In conclusion, identifying a good friend is about recognizing these key traits. It's about finding someone who brings positivity, growth, and joy into your life. A good friend is one who brings out the best in you. How can we avoid people who bring us down? It's a question we've all asked ourselves at some point. The answer lies in identifying the signs of a toxic person and learning how to distance ourselves from them. Toxic individuals often exude constant negativity. They're the ones who always see the glass as half empty, the ones who find problems in every solution. Being around them can feel like walking through a perpetual rain cloud without an umbrella. They can dampen our spirits and drain our energy. Remember, it's not our job to fix them, nor is it our responsibility to weather their storms. Another sign of a toxic person is manipulation. These individuals have a knack for twisting situations and conversations to their advantage. They can make us second-guess our thoughts and feelings, leaving us feeling confused and off balance. It's like trying to navigate through a maze without a map. Manipulation is a tool they use to control and dominate others. It's important to recognize this behavior and not allow ourselves to be swayed by it. Lastly, a lack of respect is a glaring sign of a toxic person. They disregard boundaries, dismiss our feelings, and devalue our opinions. They treat others as if they are less important, less intelligent, or less worthy. It's as if we're on a one-way street where only their needs and wants matter. Respect is a fundamental pillar of any relationship, and without it, the structure crumbles. So how do we distance ourselves from such people? It starts by setting firm boundaries and sticking to them. It means prioritizing our mental peace and positivity over their demands and negativity. It involves choosing to walk away from conversations and situations that leave us feeling drained or disrespected. Remember, we can't control the actions of others, but we can control our reactions and who we choose to surround ourselves with. We owe it to ourselves to foster relationships that uplift us, not ones that pull us down. Avoiding toxic people is essential for our mental health. So, let's make the choice to surround ourselves with positivity and respect. It's not always an easy choice, but it's a necessary one. How do we go about making friends? Well, it all starts with being open to meeting new people. This openness is like a doorway to a world filled with potential friends. Remember, every friend was once a stranger, so don't be afraid to step out of your comfort zone and strike up a conversation with someone new. Now, you might be thinking, but how do I initiate a conversation? Well, it's simpler than you might think. A good starting point can be a shared interest or experience. Be it a book you're reading, the weather, or even the coffee you're sipping, these common threads can weave the initial fabric of a friendship. Once you've initiated the conversation, the next step is to build a connection. This involves active listening and responding with empathy. Show genuine interest in their thoughts and experiences. Ask open-ended questions that encourage them to share more about themselves. This not only helps you understand them better, but also shows that you value their perspective. But making friends isn't just about meeting new people and having interesting conversations, it's also about maintaining the friendship. This is where consistency comes into play. Consistency in your actions and words creates a sense of reliability and trust, which are the cornerstones of any strong friendship. Remember, friendships take time to develop. They're not built overnight. It's like planting a seed and nurturing it with care, patience, and love. It may take days, weeks, or even months for that seed to grow into a beautiful tree of friendship. Also, it's okay if not every conversation turns into a lifelong friendship. Sometimes a pleasant conversation is just that, a pleasant conversation. Not every seed you plant will grow into a tree, and that's perfectly fine. Finally, always be yourself. Authenticity attracts authenticity. When you are genuine, you attract people who appreciate you for who you are, not for who you're pretending to be. Making friends is a journey, not a destination. So enjoy the journey and cherish the friendships you make along the way. How can we judge a person's character? This is a question we often ponder upon. It's not about being judgmental, but about making informed decisions about who we invite into our lives. Let's dive into how we can assess a person's character effectively. Firstly, pay attention to their actions. Actions indeed speak louder than words. If someone is always promising to do things but never follows through, it might suggest a lack of reliability. On the other hand, a person who consistently acts with integrity, even when it's difficult, demonstrates strong character. Next, consider their words. How do they talk about others? Do they speak with kindness and respect, or do they often belittle and criticize? Remember, the way they speak about others reflects more on their character than it does on those they're discussing. Thirdly, observe how they treat others, particularly those who can do nothing for them. Do they show kindness to waitstaff, cashiers, or strangers on the street? Do they respect everyone's opinions and feelings regardless of their status? This can often be a clear indicator of their true character. However, while making these assessments, it's important to remember that everyone has off days. We all have moments when we're not at our best, so instead of forming a judgment based on a single instance, look for patterns over time. Also, it's crucial to remember that judging character is not about finding perfect people. Everyone has flaws and makes mistakes. It's about identifying those who are striving to be better, those who acknowledge their shortcomings and work on improving them. Finally, trust your instincts. Sometimes you might not be able to pinpoint why, but you just get a sense that something is off. Don't ignore this gut feeling. It's an integral part of our survival instincts, honed over thousands of years. Judging character wisely can lead to a circle of friends who enrich our lives. So, take your time, observe, and choose wisely. After all, the quality of our friendships can significantly impact our happiness and well-being.